Welcome, everybody, to the live. If you're watching or tuning in on YouTube, make sure you see the pinned comment below to skip to the monologue, special guest, or callers at the appropriate time. So you don't have to, this is a live stream, so you don't want to be stuck in the middle of this thing. Just kind of like, and you're not watching live, you're watching after the fact. So I hope that helps you out. The pinned comment below will be where you want to go. We're getting everybody into the live right now. So welcome, everybody. Come on in. Join us from all over the world. Kinza Ateve, how's it going? Nada Tavet from Facebook. Raul Abu Hanna, Rachel Freja. Good to see you guys. I'm taking this second to make sure that Twitch is in order. Fantastic. So is YouTube. So is everyone. Gather round, everybody. We're about to begin. Everybody on Instagram, leave Instagram, head to Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube to the channel Nemr Comedy. That's where you want to go. We got a great episode today with Brad Williams, so don't miss out on that. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Brad Williams today will be joining us. I'm very, very excited. And once again, for anybody who is joining us, watching this episode not live on YouTube, so you're with us now. This doesn't apply to anybody who's watching right now, but this thing right here, this new tattoo I got on my arm, see pinned comment below to skip to, that's on the YouTube channel. I am now putting a pinned comment on the top of the channel where you can see the monologue, the special guest, the callers, the jamming out. There's a time code next to each one, so you can click through and go through the video without having to waste your time. Let's jam a bit to kick off the show. Welcome, everybody, to the stream. Get my guitar in here, of course, before we start. Want to make sure everybody gets situated, gets comfortable. Today we're going to be live with none other than a very good friend of mine, the one, the only, Brad Williams is going to be joining us. A very, very funny stand-up comic. You don't want to miss that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm just going to play a little diddly for you guys in the meantime. You know what I'm saying? What should we play for you guys? What should we play to welcome you? Delicious. How's it? Come on in, everybody. Make yourselves comfortable. John Wick's dog, welcome. Mark Rumi, hello. Kathy, good to see you. Let's take a second, to wish our friend here on the stream, Kathy, a very happy birthday. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Cassie, Jesus. Happy birthday, Kathy. I hope you're having a good one today. And I'm glad that you're with us celebrating right here on the stream. Peter Dawhead, how's it going? What's up, fam? Ryan, Sammy, everybody, how's it going? Mokino, yes, thank you for wishing her a happy birthday. Wish Kathy a happy birthday today. She's 56 years old, joining us on the stream. Happy birthday, Kathy. Welcome, everybody. Come on in, climb aboard. We're about to start the podcast any minute now, so I'm just letting everybody gather around. Today's special guest, Brad Williams, is going to be with us. Very, very funny stand-up comedian, one of the funniest in the business. And I'm very much looking forward to having him on the podcast. He has an interview before he jumps on our podcast today, so I'm waiting for him to text me so that I can give him a call. But it should be around 11:30, the normal time. Could be a bit later, maybe 11:40, so that's more time for us to hang out. Anyways, we got a couple of exciting announcements to talk about right here. You can see below where it says, see pinned comment to skip to the monologue, special guest, callers, and jamming out. What I've done is I am now pinning a comment on top of the YouTube videos after the live is done, where somebody can go in, see the top comment, and click around, and that way they don't have to see this part. This part is for us. Some people don't want to see it. Some people are just like, hey, I just want to start with the podcast. So you don't have to search and click around. I'll do that for you. So that'll be right after the episode ends. I jump in and I check it out. So I'm going to keep that over there so that people can see that. I'm going to keep that right there until we start the I start my monologue, so that way anybody can jump around. So that's one thing I wanted to let you guys know. Another thing I wanted to let you guys know, and I've promised you this, is I've told you that I'm going to make the music available for the podcast. All the incredible music that we make here is a lot of people always telling me, Nemr, when are you going to make the music available so that we can download it, so that we can jam out to it? And I keep telling you guys it'll be soon. I'll be bringing it soon. And then you're like, okay, but you haven't brought it back. What's going on? We ask for these things. We demand them. Well, my friends, I'm very happy to report that we now have. If you go to soundcloud.com/Nemr Comedy, that's the SoundCloud right there. I haven't uploaded the episodes yet of the Very Funny Podcast. I have the old ones. So these are the old Very Funny Podcast, meaning before we started getting special guests, before we started doing the show live. So right here, you can see we have the VFP OST. That's the Very Funny Podcast original soundtrack. All right. What's up, Australia? Welcome. I know it's early there. I'm very happy you guys are here. Very Funny Podcast OST is right here. And I've uploaded 4 tracks for you guys. The first track that we have up here is, let's take a look. What do we have here? We have the feature track is our theme song. You all know this song. We love this song. It's our official our official song right here on the podcast. Play a little diddly to it every time. You know what I'm saying? So you can get that now. Download it. It's up. It's for you. Just go ahead and download. All the tracks are made available to download. Right there, download original file. You can go and download it. So you have that track is available for you. Another one that we have that we've played here on the podcast, I called Warble. I'm not sure why. Just the word came. I know what Warble means, and I think it fits. It's this one. Yes. So make sure you guys, if you want to go get all of these official thongs or songs, head to soundcloud.com/Nemr Comedy. Yes. Woo! I've never played guitar over this. See how it sounds. That's good. So there's that track. I love that track. You can download all of these tracks for free. They're right here on soundcloud.com/Nemr Comedy. Then we got Don't Stop. This is a track I made with our very own Mikey. He appears in the comment section here all the time. It's got a nice vibe to it. So this one also available for you to download. And you might be saying, Nemr, that's only 4 tracks. What about the rest? I'm going to keep uploading a bunch of them. But I went through and I kind of made sure they were like mixed and mastered and all that stuff. The Zucca has arrived. Hello and welcome. So go to soundcloud.com/Nemr Comedy. It's right there, and you'll be able to download everything that you need. You can download these tracks. And here's the thing. You can download them, and if you're a musician, a lot of musicians ask me for this. They say, can we get your tracks? I want to jam out to them. Go ahead. And then send them to me on WhatsApp, your jams, and I'll play them here on the show. I'd love to hear that. This one is called Boss Battle because, well, I mean, it sounds like a boss battle in a video game. I mean, you can't, there's no other way around it. You know what I'm saying? We're about to start the podcast. We're going to jam out to this song. Until we do. So it has a bit of a video game vibe to it. Tension building up, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna start. It's gonna happen. Enter a second phase. once again, you can download all of these tracks completely for free. Just head on down. These are original soundtrack of the Very Funny Podcast. You can see the genre here. For the theme song, the genre is VFP. I didn't know what genre of music to put, so I put VFP here. Warble, I just put a question mark. I felt that was a good genre. For the Don't Stop, I said take care. I think it's important that you take care. For the OSD, pants, because pants are the boss battle at the end of the day. Do you wear pants? Do you not wear pants? And of course, everybody knows that VFP stands for take care and always wear underwear. Of course, if you're a fan of the podcast, you know the power of that sentence and that sentiment. So I don't need to tell you. You already know. So those are all here. And you guys can basically download them for free. So yeah, you can use the music in a YouTube. They're yours. They're yours. You guys can do anything you want with them. They're not yours. They're ours. You understand? This is music for the Very Funny Podcast, and the Very Funny Podcast is our baby. You understand? So that's pretty much it. Before we start today, let me remind you, we got Brad Williams today on the show. On Thursday, I'm very excited. We're going to be joined by Jason Collins, hilarious stand-up comic. And on Saturday, we're going to be joined by Rudy Ayoub. Rudy Ayoub. For those Arabs in the comments section right now, they might be like, Rudy Ayoub, that sounds like a Lebanese name. You're correct. It is a Lebanese name. That is a Lebanese man. Rudy Ayoub is a hilarious guitarist YouTuber. And I've been a fan of his for quite some time. And we live next to each other in Los Angeles. We've never met in person because every time I used to travel all the time, and we became good friends via like text and Instagram DM. And I've been following him since he just started coming out. Now he's like huge on YouTube, and he's very well respected by all the musicians online and offline. He's a really dope guy, so I'm very excited to have him on Saturday. Hopefully after the coronavirus, we can meet in person, which will be amazing. Today is Brad Williams, who is a stand-up comic. A lot of you are now familiar, and I did this when I sent out the last broadcast on the phone. Don't forget to add me and send your name and city on WhatsApp. When I sent the last broadcast on this phone, I sent videos of all of our guests, and everybody replied, or basically everybody who did replied positively, saying, thanks for sending that. Now I can check out these guests. So I basically am doing that from now on. Every time I announce our guest for the week, I will be sending a video that will basically, like links that you can see on YouTube, so you can get to know our guests. And of course, Thursday, Jason Collins. Both stand-up comics today and Thursday. So don't miss out. All right. And with that, I think we should start the show. So this would be where my monologue begins. So like I said earlier, this thing right here, see pinned comment, that's not for the live. That is for people who are watching this video after the live. Because right now we're 14 minutes in, and we didn't really start the podcast yet. So for people who aren't with us live, they might be wondering, like, okay, he's welcoming these people, but I don't see them. I don't see the comments. What is this life? What, my expectations are ruined and shattered. What does this mean? And I just don't want them to feel all that anxiety. So I go ahead and now put that in the bottom. So let's get rid of that now that the monologue has begun. Let me take a look here. Nemr, can you please ask Brad to talk about the daddy issues? We got a Brad Williams fan here. For those of you who don't know, Brad Williams is a midget. He's a dwarf. And I mean, that definitely gives you an interesting perspective on life, I would say. Does it not? You guys, I love the fact that this guy has there's no political correctness to it, right? He's never like, you can't call me a midget. He owns that shit so hard, and he's such a funny dude. And I love that about him. Mortanius is in the comments. Zucka is asking where he is. He's right there. He's a badass guitar shredder. He just commented. M. Senora, welcome everybody. Everybody's looking for Mortanius. He's on YouTube, my friends. Jumping in between platforms. So yeah. Shall we begin? He is funny. He is indeed. So today, I want to talk about, for our monologue today, something that is very interesting. And that's community. I want to talk about community. Because right here, M. Senora is saying you need to say little person. That is... Oh, goodness. Cheers, everybody. Cheers to you. Stay hydrated, my friends. Very, very important that you stay hydrated. Drink water. Don't drink anything but water if you want to make your moms happy. Moms hate anything but water. Mothers are all about water. They get angry if you drink anything but water. If you're thirsty and you put some Diet Coke, rest in peace Diet Coke, African Ghana, goodbye to Diet Coke and Coke in Lebanon. If you drink Diet Coke or something, you get it out of the fridge, your mom will materialize out of thin air and just be like, she won't be there. And then she'll just be like, you are only making yourself more thirsty by drinking Coke. Drink water. Water is good. As you're drinking the Coke, you won't be able to enjoy your beverage. Here you are liquidating and hydrating yourself with a beautiful, beautiful beverage, and you can't enjoy it because your mom's going. So you think to yourself, I'm going to move out. I'm done with this. I want to leave my house. I can't take this anymore. And then you move out and you're like, for the first few weeks, you're happy because you live alone. You get to eat your own food. You're ordering takeout all the time. You don't give a shit. You finally get to eat what you want, drink what you want. And then a few weeks in, you've gained weight. You're not sleeping well. You feel terrible. And then you start to miss your mom again because she was right. In fact, water is the best thing for you to drink. And the foods she used to cook, they're actually really, really good. Yes, mjadra is incredibly, incredibly disappointing, or the equivalent of that. I don't know what Americans have that would be the equivalent of disappointing your children with a food. But for Arab culture, it's a food called mjadra. Yes, it's incredibly disappointing. Yes, nobody's ever hyped about it. Yes, it looks like somebody vomited in your plate. Yes. However, it tastes way better than your cooking, you quickly realize. Also, your laundry doesn't smell the same. When you do your laundry, you smell it. You're like, when my mom used to do my laundry, I would smell it and it smelled like love. I'd smell my laundry and I'd be like, somebody loves me. I can smell that. I can smell that if I'm gone, somebody will care. But then when you make your own laundry, you're like, this smells like shit. It smells like nobody loves me. You're making your own laundry and you realize you don't love yourself. Before you were doing your laundry, you thought you loved yourself. Turns out you don't. And now you begin on a journey of self-discovery. You get books, self-help books, like Tony Robbins. Anybody who buys a Tony Robbins book, Master Yourself or whatever, don't. He doesn't say anything revolutionary in it that you don't already know. Just fix yourself up. Do your own laundry. That's the first step to becoming a better human being, because then you realize you never really loved yourself. You weren't drinking water. You were drinking Diet Coke. You were drinking beverages, Mountain Dew, full sugar. It was terrible. You were poisoning your body. You didn't love yourself. You were eating terrible food when your mother was there cooking beautiful food for you, right? Constantly, as she's cooking, making you feel bad for being born. Shouting at you, I've been cooking all day. I carried you for 9 months in my stomach, and this is how you repay me? Stuff like that while she cooks the food. But despite the fact that as she's mixing the food, there's this hatred that seemingly is coming. The food is cooked with love. But now you cook your food and you're excited. It tastes like a great anus. Not the good one, neither. So you realize you don't love yourself. You embark on a journey of self-discovery. You now go out into the real world. You maybe enroll in a gym. Cheapest gym you can find, probably $35 a month. You think to yourself, I'll get a personal trainer. They tell you the first time you come to the gym, personal trainer for free. You like it, you can book a personal trainer for more. So the personal trainer kind of pushes themselves as a marketing thing. You end up hiring the personal trainer. Now you're paying several $100s to $1,000+ a month to work on your body because you believe that you can't go to the gym and you won't work out unless there's somebody there to motivate you. That's all you need, you say to yourself. I love myself. I just need somebody to motivate me. So you start going, you go the first time, the second time, the third time you text the trainer and you say you can't make it in because you're feeling a bit tired. But in fact, it's not because you're tired. It's just because you spent the entire night up watching anime on your laptop computer that was in your lap, and the heat of the laptop on your lap made you uncomfortable, so you couldn't sleep easily. So you watched more anime to pass the time, and before you knew it, it was 5 or 6 in the morning. So you're exhausted. Then you don't sleep well that day. You kind of mess everything up. You go to work. You don't do so good. You come back. You skip the next session at gym. This carries on. Then you go once more. Then you don't go 3 times more. And then you start blocking the number of your own trainer that you hired. And you realize you didn't really love yourself. But now you've paid thousands of dollars to find that out. So then you start going on hikes. You think maybe you need to reconnect with nature. You start walking. You go for a hike. You take a hike and you quickly realize this is boring as shit. So you go back home and you get excited. You clean up your house. You're like, I'm going to clean up my house for the first time in 6 months. You clean up your house. By the time you're done cleaning up, You're exhausted. You go to sleep. The next day you wake up, you look around, you're like, my house is clean. This is fantastic. You call your trainer up. You're like, I'm coming down. You head on down to the gym. You put in a workout. You come back. The house is clean, so you don't really need to put everything back right now. So you just start piling stuff in the sink, and then you throw a bit of clothes on the couch, and then you eat right out of the fridge, and then within a day or two, you're back to the way things were. And you realize you never loved yourself. So then you call your friends up. But your friends don't want to talk to you. They don't want to talk to you because they got their shit together. Why do they have their shit together? They still live with their mom. So they don't have their shit together. Their mom has their shit together for them. I think that's the power of moms. It was Mother's Day 2 days ago. And let me tell you something, man. Moms have that together. This community we got together going on right now, that's a mom. We make a mom. It takes all of us to make one mother. Remember that. One mother is an entire community of people joining forces. Mothers are always there, man. They're always there. It's crazy. They're the only human being that can both beat you and feel terrible about it simultaneously. Your dad beats you. He doesn't feel terrible. This is exercise. It lowers the cholesterol. In fact, some doctors recommend it. In the Middle East, they'll tell you, they'll be like, your blood pressure is a bit high. You need to get some exercise. And the father will be like, I don't have time for exercise. I'm working all day. It's a disaster. And the doctor will be like, have you considered beating your child? And then the father will be like, no, I mean, I've done it, but recreationally. I haven't really done it like as a sport. And the doctor will be like, okay, you don't want to, go all out. You just kind of want to ease into it. So start, Monday, 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then work your way up to, 5 times a week, beating your child. Not child abuse, but just kind of like, doing this stuff, and then the kid starts running, then you run after him, and then it's good exercise. But mothers will slap you and recoil at the same time. They don't lean into the slap. Most people lean in to the slap and just like they just like, like if you see those Russian people who do the slapping competitions, I don't know if you've seen that, but there are slapping competitions where they're just like slapping the shit out of each other. Mothers aren't like that. Mothers will slap you and also do this, like, because they feel the slap, dude. When a mother slaps you, she feels the slap. That's some insane next level connection right there. Imagine every hit that you launch, you feel on yourself. That's some like high level religious faithful stuff, And yeah, there are the exceptional terrible mothers out there, but there aren't that many of them, For the most part, mothers have something called maternal instinct because you were inside of them. So unless they were on crystal meth when this was happening or they were drinking, that connection is kind of hard. It's messed up. If the mother suffers from problems, it manifests in a very bizarre way. They become very involved in your life and it becomes overbearing, but the connection is there. Those stories when like a kid dies and the mom's like, I felt it, or the kid was hurt and I felt it, something I felt here. Father will be like, that's indigestion. If a mom says, oh my God, something's wrong with my child, the father will be like, no, you just got to fart. That's it. It's just indigestion. That's how it's going to be. I mean, fathers are amazing, but they pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? The fathers pay the bills traditionally in a patriarchal society. But if you want to upset the patriarchy, join the matriarchy. That's a different story. But traditionally, the father would go to work, come back, pay the bills. And then the mother would be like doing the hard work. And then the father would be like, you've been doing nothing. He doesn't say that out loud. That's in his mind. He's like, I'm the one who's tired. You're just staying at home all day. And the mother would look at her husband and be like, I can't believe I married this guy. I could have been free. That was the way it used to be back in the day. Now it's more of a teamwork kind of thing. But notice how the mother still has the maternal instinct. Mothers go to work and they feel guilty, man. They're just like, my kid, what if my kid needs something? What if my kid's in trouble? Right? Fathers go to work and they're like, what? A kid. Damn, I got a kid. I should check up on him this week. It's kind of a dad's approach. You know what I'm saying? And we've been it's good because you have the yin and yang. I think if you have two people that are too involved, it might not be a good thing. But having a mother who's taking care of stuff and she's cooking the food with love, that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a very good thing. So if you guys haven't yet, make sure you appreciate your moms. It was Mother's Day here in America. It's kind of weird that we don't have Mother's Day universal. It's kind of like Easter. You know what I'm saying? Like Easter, we have 2 Easters because Christians are like, when are we going to murder Jesus? We can't decide. So we're going to do it on 2 different days. We're going to kill him, bring him back, kill him again, bring him back. And that's going to be a great example to show everybody about how we can use religion to put aside our differences and come together as a people. That's a great idea. Let's do that. And before anybody thinks that I'm bashing on Christianity, please, of course not. Why would I be singling out any religion? All religions do this. Any religion that has different sects in it, it's pretty silly, if you ask me. You're a religion. You know what I'm saying? That's like having a mother with 3 different kids and they're arguing. Mother slaps all of them. If Jesus were to come, or the Prophet Muhammad, or anybody, Moses, were to come today and see all the different factions of people that worship them, they'd bitch slap all of you. They'd be like, didn't you read the book? It was there. That was the book. They'll be like, yeah, but then this person said that and that person. They're like, yeah, those are the persons. I'm the dude. I'm the man. I'm the higher being. So you're not supposed to be like looking at these other, but that's religion. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has their own kind of faith. Only a mother, in my opinion, good mother, that's gospel right there. What she says. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take care of your mom, man. She takes care of you. I'm playing a video game now called The Surge, and when you get out of the hub, it says, take care of your fellow employees. They take care of you. And I mean, maybe, but that's a mom right there. You take care of your mom, she takes care of you, man. There's no way around it. Sandwiches. I used to sell my mom sandwiches at school. This is a true story. My mom used to wake up in the morning, make sandwiches for me to take to school. And it was like I was getting them from the most incredible restaurant in the world. They were gourmet sandwiches. Turkey and cheese, made in the image of Christ himself. Like literally, the bread was cut flawlessly. She would put the layers of turkey, the cheese, tomatoes, but take out the center of the tomato. That's real love. When you cut a slice of tomato and then you remove the center of the tomato so that it doesn't sog up the bread, you understand, and the cheese. She would take that shit out, right? Put the tomato slices in the thing, wrap it in a special paper because she didn't want the humidity to get in, package it, put it in a bag, tie that shit up, hand it to her child. And her child would look at this sandwich, and after I took it for the first time out in my classroom, and all the kids looked at me like, what is this incredible food? Because you have to understand, in America, with civilization, although here, not in all schools, but in most schools, you go to a cafeteria and you eat food, right? Like you go there, you walk in a line, and then there's a person who puts the food in the tray, and then you sit on a table, and then you can enjoy your food. In the Middle East, it's like the Hunger Games when it's time to get your food. When it's time to get your food, the bell rings and people just, you start running out. Some kids ahead of you, you grab them. That's literally, you're running. It's a stampede. It's a stampede to the cafeteria. You get into the cafeteria. You are punching people in the face. They have maybe 6 items of food for 2,000 students, and I'm not even exaggerating. A croissant, 2 croissants at most. Maybe we have a food called a manouche. There will be a manouche, cheese manouche, and a za'atar manouche, but they're the same. Za'atar is thyme, and they're the same manouche though, because neither of them have enough of the ingredient to be justified as anything besides a hunk of dough. But you fight for that shit because that's your only option. And when you get there, there's like hands over you and people elbowing you down and you're punching people, and only a few people get food. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's like there. So when I took my sandwich out, it was like, all the students were like, we worship you at your feet. Give us morsels. Can I have a bit of your food, please? And I was like, no, this is my mother. She made this for me. And then somebody said, please, I want the food. And I was like, coronavirus, please, I want the food. I was like, no. My loving mother, she made this delicious food. I would not part for it. I would not part with this food no matter what happens. This is a symbol of my mother's tribute to me, her love for me. This is how my mother is better than your mother. She loves me. And be like, please, sir, please give me your food. I'm starving. I need the food. I need nutrition. I'd be like, absolutely not. I would never give my mother's food away. I would never give away her love. I cherish it. And then they'd be like, but I will pay you for it. And I'd be like, how much? And then I started selling my mom sandwiches. That's exactly what happened. We didn't have money, so I wanted money. So my mom, I didn't have an allowance. My dad didn't give me an allowance. My dad's like, allowance? I already feed you. I give you food. That's your allowance. So I take the sandwiches to school and I would sell them for 5,000 Lebanese pounds. Back in 1993, 95, 5,000 Lebanese pounds was $3. Today it's 11 cents, but at the time it was $3. That was some serious money. So I'd take the sandwich, it'd be 2 halves. I'd sell one for 5,000. Sometimes I'd be charitable, 4,500. And I'd sell them and I'd make money. And then people would be like, oh my goodness, they'd be eating the food. The richer kids would be eating food, and the poorer children would have money in their pocket. And then they would buy, I would starve, but I would have money. So I think that's a great thing. The rich kids had money and food. We just had money, but not enough money to really make a difference. But that was basically what I did. I would sell my mother's sandwiches, and I would also charge people to drink from my gourd. Now, gourd is a word you may not have heard. Termos. My termos. Now, if you're from Tripoli in Lebanon, termos is a food that you eat. When I say termos, I mean basically a thermos. But the Lebanese say termos because thermos is termos in Arabic. I don't know. It's because it's like French. So you'd have this huge, in French it's called gourde. C'est une gourde, je bois de la gourde. And it was like, I would have a goddamn gallon, dude. Huge gourd that I would have, fill it with water, go on the bus. Everybody's like, let me drink. They'd always be trying to drink my water because there's no water in the schools. Some people who are watching this right now are like, where did this guy grow up? And my answer to you is exactly. So I would get this gourd and people would drink from it all the time. So what I started to do is I started to charge 500 Lebanese pounds. It's 1,500 to the dollar. And that was our smallest coin. You could get 250, but I mean, really, that just buys you a bon jus. Which is another drink that was a triangle that when we would drink it, we'd put it on the ground and we'd step on it to simulate the sound of a gunshot. Because in the Middle East, those are the sounds that soothe. You step on it, it goes, pah, and we're like, ha, makes me feel like I'm at home. So I didn't want no bonjour. I had a beverage, I had water. So I used to sell that. I gather all that money. And at the end of the day, I don't really remember. I'd save all that money and then buy CDs and stuff with it. That was kind of like my strategy. So I think what I'm trying to tell you is, mom's rule. That's it. My mom, she didn't know it. My mom watches this podcast, by the way, not live, afterwards. So I think she's going to find out for the first time that I used to sell her sandwiches. I was a fat kid. I'd go home. I'd eat a lot. I'd have enough food for the next day. I'd skip a few meals, no problem. But I'd get that money. You know what I'm saying? Make some cash. And I said cash, and a guy called Ebo Cash said, did you ever freeze the bonjour? No, I did not. Although I do know that a lot of people would freeze the bonjour. But no, man, I would not freeze that stuff. I would drink it. I didn't have time to wait. I never understood freezing. That was a problem I had with ice cream, like popsicles, the poor man's ice cream. You get a stick of something and then you get like Tang or Foster Clark's, which is just basically liquid with insane amounts of sugar in it. And then you just mix that shit up and then get a popsicle ice tray and pour it in the popsicle ice tray and put a stick in, shove it in the freezer, and then you take it out after a few hours. It would be a popsicle, and you'd eat it. Basically, you just took a liquid drink that you made and postponed the delivery of it into your insides. That's effectively poor people's ice cream. So we would do that. I could never wait, though, for it to freeze. So I'd always take it out, take the ice cream out, and I'd end up with a stick in my hand and like a soft gelatinous diabetic concoction in an ice tray, which I would just slurp up. I mean, I'm not going to let it go to waste. You know what I'm saying? Nemr's reminding me of the good old days. These are the good old days, man. These are the good old days. Dude, when I was growing up, I used to be a happy kid, man. That's the thing. When you got good parents, you don't even know if you're poor. It's interesting that wealth is relative. I think like if your parents grow up and, they have a roof over your head and you're happy and you're laughing, I think that's all you really need, right? Like as a kid, you're like, I'm having a great fucking time. I feel so sorry for rich kids because they're like programmed from birth to know about brands and to know about different lifestyles and classes, to know about different boats and shit. For me, I thought like I'd see a tugboat, like a little boat, and I'd be like, wow, that guy has a boat. He must be loaded. Like if it floats, then you got money. Like, that was pretty much my understanding. So I never really felt like I needed anything. I remember I was given a tennis racket as a kid, and I was like, I slept with it under my bed. Do you guys remember that shit? Do you remember when you'd get something and you would sleep with it in your bed? Like, you'd get a video game, you'd put it underneath your pillow? Because that one item, you're so happy with that item, you don't want to waste any time when you wake up from grabbing that item. You don't want to have to get up to get that item. That item gives you so much joy. When was the last time you were able to be that happy? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I have a Mega Man 3 cartridge here for the Nintendo with the case. I carry it, I get emotional. And I want to put it in my bed. I want to put it underneath my pillow. You know what I'm saying? Just to be able to feel that connection. It's nice to have something that can make you that happy. It's very wholesome. I slept with an F50 football, Sarah's Basidi. I remember that. Do you remember when you used to buy footballs? So soccer is football. In America, football is football. You get what I'm saying. You'd buy a ball of a sport, a basketball, a soccer ball, and it would come in a net, and you're supposed to throw the net away, but we'd keep the net, and then after we play the game, we'd put it back in the net. I mean, those were the days, man. Those were the days. Incredible. And I'm telling you, the real adventure when you're growing up is the people you know, the stuff you do, and the beatings you get from your parents. I remember I found a truck tire with a few friends on the top of a hill. And I rolled the truck tire down the street into oncoming traffic. And I almost caused a pileup. Nobody died. There were no accidents. But some people saw me and they told my dad, your son did this, and the other. My dad came, whooped my ass. I could have murdered somebody. He should have whooped my ass. I don't forget that. That was a good ass whooping. That was a really good ass whooping. And not all ass whoopings are good, because sometimes you get an ass whooping and you really didn't deserve it. But 99.99% of the time, you did. I remember once my dad threw all of my music CDs off the balcony, and then I went and I collected them. When I was a kid, I had a Nintendo Entertainment System. By the way, everybody on Instagram, you guys should get off Instagram. I'm glad you're loving this, but you should get off Instagram. Head to Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. I'm going to log off here because we're about to bring our guest in a bit. All right? So see you guys there. Bye-bye, Instagram. See, the people who are still on Instagram, those are the people that, you know, nobody loves. They're rich people. They don't understand instructions. Okay. Okay. So on that note, I would like to bring in our guest, and maybe we'll ask him about his relation with his mother. I hope it was a good one and we don't end up having some kind of weird situation. But I think the beautiful thing is, let me just tell him I'm calling you in a minute. I think, once again, the beautiful thing about life is the power of perspective. Do you feel me on that? If you have an incredible perspective on your life, wealth is easy. The first time I ever felt super, super rich in my life, like I felt rich, I was sitting on the edge of my bed. It was in 2008. Sitting on the edge of my bed. I had a home. I had a roof over my body. Well, yeah, over my head. Sitting on my bed, I had a HD TV with a PlayStation 3 and Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. I had purchased my first TV. I'd never been able to afford a TV before there. It was a 32-inch HD TV. To me, it felt like a 75-incher. And I had my PS3 hooked up to it, and I'm sitting on the edge of the bed. I had my controller in my hand, and I had no bills to pay. And I had like a few $1,000s of savings in the bank, and I was like, I didn't know what to do with the money. Like, I had nothing to buy. I had everything I wanted, the PlayStation and the TV. So I was like, I had extra money. I was like, this is what it feels like to be rich. Cool. And then I took my savings and I put them in an investment that completely failed, and I went back into debt, and I was like, hello, darkness, my old friend. And it felt good again. And right now, with everything going on in the world, I feel oddly comfortable with the unknown, because I'm like, oh yeah, living month to month, I remember this feeling. This is a good one. Keeps you on your toes. So everybody out there that's struggling, just remember that now that we're all poor, it's a good time to reconnect with ourselves and give your mom a big hug, is basically what I'm trying to say. All right, let's get our friend Brad Williams on the phone.
Yeah.
There you are. How's it going, man?
Wonderful, my friend.
Good to see you, dude. Very good to see you.
Good to be seen. Good to be anywhere. Good to be not. You know what? Here's the thing. Now, here's what I've realized is that nowadays, if you turn down someone's podcast, it's because you just really don't like them. Because everyone has the time. Everyone's like before. It was like, oh no, I can't do the podcast because I got a show, I got a thing, I got a bike. Now it's like if someone's like, hey, I can't do your podcast. It's just because they do not like you, or they don't know you, or they think your podcast sucks. I've done every podcast of my friends during this thing because it's like, yeah, I want an excuse to hang out with you for a little bit. This is the closest we're getting to. So
is it fair for me to assess, since you're doing my podcast, that I can call you my friend?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, we're boys, we're friends. But yeah, because I've been asked to do a few others, and I turned them down, and it's not because I don't have the time.
It's just because you don't like them.
I don't like them. And I don't want to spend, an hour of my quarantine away from my wife and baby talking to someone I don't like. So that's how it works for me.
It's a filtration process. I think everybody should get a podcast to realize who their friends really are. I think is the best thing to do right now.
Yeah, that's very true.
Call everyone up and be like, hey, you want to do my podcast? And make a list of the people who say no and be like, yep, I'm not going to be there for that person later on.
Yeah, they don't like me. You don't even have to start one. Just ask someone, you want to do my podcast?
And if they say yeah, say there isn't a podcast. I was just asking.
Yeah, I was just seeing who my friends are. And you're a friend. You offered to do a podcast. You offered to talk with me for an hour. Now, and if they go, nah, I'm really busy. I wake up around, noon. I don't know. That animal Facebook game is pretty popular. I do that for like 4 hours, and then Fortnite, and then I'm binge watching a show that I haven't seen in 10 years.
You did the opposite though. You had a very popular podcast, and you took a step away for it for a minute, I think, because you're a father now. Yeah,
I'm a dad. I got responsibilities, and and so I was a part of the About Last Night podcast, which is still going on.
Yes, it is.
Adam Ray, my heterosexual life mate, very funny guy. Go see his new movie, The Bellman. I mean, you have to watch it on Amazon Prime or iTunes or something, but it's out there. Either way, I did a great podcast with him, but when my daughter was born, I realized I gotta have more time. This is before the pandemic. Now I have nothing but time, but but like. Yeah, I wanted more time at home because, no offense to you, good sir, but I didn't want to be like, yeah, I missed my daughter's first steps because I had to talk to Nemr that day.
Oh my God. Trust me, none taken, no offense taken. I can't wait. I think that's the most beautiful thing about having kids is wanting to experience that part of, why get a kid if you're not going to be there when they're first steps and everything?
Oh, so she's 4 months old and she just started turning over. And when I saw her turn over from her back to her stomach, I cheered like she had just scored a goal in the World Cup. I was like, did it! Yeah!
I saw the video the other day of you grabbing her leg and that was freaky. So she has like no joints?
Well, okay, here's the thing. I think it's part. She's a newborn, and I just found this out recently. I thought babies were born with kneecaps. You know babies don't have kneecaps when they're born?
What? No, I didn't know that.
Either knees or kneecaps. I heard that on Twitter, like it was one of those what the fuck facts or whatever the hell. Okay. So, yeah, babies don't have knees or kneecaps. They slowly get them. But I don't know if it's that or if it's the fact that my daughter, who also has dwarfism. Dwarves are typically double jointed, my type of dwarfism, which my daughter also has. And so I wonder if it's that. So I can literally turn my daughter's leg 180 degrees. Her foot can point backwards.
It's crazy.
And my daughter just smiles and goes, yeah.
For everybody watching, if you want to see that video, and even if you don't want to, make sure you follow Brad on Instagram. It's Brad Williams on Instagram, right? Brad Williams comic. Yeah, Brad Williams comic on Instagram.
There's some lawyer in South Carolina who has @Brad Williams. Don't give him the time of day.
That son of a bitch. I hate that. I wanted to get Nemr.com for my website, and it's a company called New England Marketing Research. And they fucking took the name, pissed me off to no end.
Fucking bastards doing the marketing research there, kid. We can't have the fucking Nemrs coming in and taking our fucking .coms.
Dude, pissed me off. I know exactly you're feeling. Brad, you're obviously you're a dwarf. Your daughter also dwarf. Your wife not a dwarf.
Yeah.
Well, is that considered a victory amongst dwarf? How does that work? Like, yeah.
Because we outnumber her in the house. That's the thing.
Are you gonna fight her? Do you think in the future you and your daughter will fight her like she's a giant? Like you'll role play?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go full Gulliver's Travels on my wife. We'll have her like tied down. You know, we'll be dancing around her like we slayed it. You know what I mean? It'll be great. It's nice having another little person in the house because I know that now, like my wife gets mad we're like the only married couple that does this, but she gets mad at me because she trips over my stools that I lay around the house to help me reach shit. And now, I know exactly. It's a fight very few couples have. So she's tripped over these stools. She gets mad at me for leaving my stools around. And by the way, stools is in things to help me reach stuff, not stools is in my giant shit.
Obviously.
So now it's like, but yeah, this is a dwarf house. You have to adjust to us. So it's awesome. Like I'm already doing plans to like remodel stuff so like sinks are more accessible. Basically, I'm trying to give my wife back pain. It is essentially what's happening because she's gonna have to like be bending over to wash her hands and everything. Our microwave is down low.
It's not that bad. I feel that way. So we know each other well. I'm a pretty tall dude. I've always said to myself, if I ever get super rich and successful, I want to build a house that's to my level. Like I just want to raise everything. So I feel you, man. I'm with you on that. Your wife will adjust. She loves you.
Yeah, build the shack house for yourself. Right. Have everything up large.
Just
and then invite me over for hilarious Instagram videos.
That's what I should do. It's always been fun whenever I run into you at comedy clubs or whatever. Just basically running around you and me, picking you up, showing you things from my point of view. It's been awesome. Go ahead.
It's all the time. Like, some people ask me, I was asked this on a podcast the other day of another one of my friends. It's the only reason why I did it. They asked me, they're like, don't you sometimes like think you're missing out and like not being tall or whatever? And I go, well, whenever I stand on a stool and I see like the view that you guys have all the time, I go, this is weird. I don't like it. It's too high. I feel very uncomfortable. Like I don't see how this could work.
What's the best? That's what I was literally about to ask you. What is the best part about your vantage point? I'm curious.
Well, I'll tell you the best thing that I discovered about being a little person is watching this Michael Jordan documentary.
Okay.
It is that because they did one thing they talked about all the Air Jordans. I thought everyone's Air Jordans cost $49.99. Turns out.
I know you buy baby Air Jordans.
Just my Jordans cost $49.99. Everyone else's Jordans over $200. There's like kids getting mugged in the street. There's shit's getting stolen because their Jordans are so expensive. Mine $49.99. My Jordans cost the same as a pair of Stephon Marbury's. Like it's great. Starbury shoes. I got a pair. I'm not gonna lie. They're not. My Jordans aren't exactly the classiest. They got lights on them, but it's whatever. They got the Jumpman logo.
You have Jordans with the wheels in them that you can roll around on.
Yeah, I got wheelie Jordans, not Air Jordans. Wheelie Jordans. It's an off-brand, made in Korea, but it's great. So That's pretty cool. If people want to look for advantages, I'm gonna tell my like. I'm glad my daughter's a little person, especially during the pandemic, because we had a bunch of friends and family send us a lot of baby clothes for her, which is awesome because we don't have to go outside for like 2 years. Like we got her clothes good. She's not outgrowing anything. Like she's not gonna like. It's great. Everyone keeps telling like, oh, they outgrow the clothes so fast. You gotta get new clothes every 2 weeks. Not me. No, we're good.
Economical solutions. Plus,
like having a dwarf child, you're kind of a doomsday prepper already, where everything's just gonna last like 2-3 years. It's great.
This was the best answer. I didn't even imagine for a second you would come back with that. That is too good.
I didn't either. I never know. I never know where this is going.
Okay, here's
friends hanging out.
Here's what's always interested me the most about you. You walk on stage. Clearly, you're shorter than most people. A lot of people I've been growing up have told me, Nemr, I wish I was as tall as you. I would be able to walk into a room. People would respect me. When you walk into a fucking room, you own the living shit out of that room. I learned. I watched you for a few years before I knew you. And I would learn from your fucking stage presence. You don't see a dwarf or a person. You see a beast on stage.
Thank you.
Was that always the case, or was that something you like?
Well,
how was it?
Yeah, that comes from like that's the thing is in a strange way, I've sort of been training to be a comedian my entire life because as a little person, when you walk into a room, you kind of have to have that presence and you have to own it because. Like, you could walk into a room and the room doesn't stop. You know what I mean? No one stops. I mean, other than the fact that you're just incredibly good looking. That's why the room stops. They go, ooh, it's that dashing man. But no, like you can walk in a room but I walk in a room and the record stops. Everyone goes, okay.
Really?
That's different. You know,
okay.
And whether it be kids or adults, that's how it's always been. So me walking on stage is just me walking into a room. It's the same thing where I have to let everyone know that I have to talk about it and let everyone know that I'm okay with it because if I don't make a dwarf joke like right away, the audience just kind of looks at me like, does he know?
Is he aware?
Is this a recent thing? Like, is this a body modification?
Is this a symptom of the coronavirus? What's going on?
Yeah. Oh, you laugh. That happened to me in the fucking grocery store. A kid saw me and looked at his mom and said, "Look what the corona did to him." That's the thing. Nemr. Is people say to me, they're like, Brad, how do you come up with your material? Real easy. Wait. That's it.
It comes to you.
All I do is wait. It's funny because I posted that on Twitter and I got responses like, there's no way that really happened. No mom brought her kid into a grocery store. Yeah, it's the fucking Wild West out there.
Dude, I look out my door. There's parents with their kids walking around to the grocery store all the time. Really? Who said that?
Yeah, just people like, no good parent. I'm like, you assume everyone's good parents. Have you been out? Have you been out in the world? There's a lot of shitty parents out there. They're like all good. So yeah, so that happened. So that's where that confidence comes from. Is that I have people staring at me, back. It's weird now when you give an interview, you always have to be like in the before time, in the before the virus time.
Yeah, back in years, months ago, back when.
Yeah. So like back in the before time, like I would have to deal with people staring at me and making comments all day. So just going up on stage is just an extension of that.
That's crazy.
In that way, I've been. Like some people, when they walk out on a stage for the first time, that's the first time they've ever had a room full of people stare at them and go, "Ooh, what does this person have to say?" For me, that's every day. So I had that was no big deal. I was not scared of people staring at me. I had like my first jokes when I first started stand up, God, now 16 years ago, was all just reaction, was all just how have people reacted to me. I still tell my first joke every now and then just to see if it's still funny and if it still holds up. And it in most part, it
What
does.
is it? What is it? What's your first joke?
The first joke I ever told is a true story where I walked out of an elevator and back in the day I wasn't sensitive to this. Now I'm trying to be more sensitive. Back in the day I would just say like some guy wearing a turban. Now he was wearing a turban, but I don't know I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means Sikh or what. I'm not sure.
Sikh.
But there was a man wearing a turban, and he saw me walk out of an elevator, and he screamed out, "Oh my God, it's a demon! Get away from me, get the demon!" And that happened to me. So, and I don't know if it's how I was raised or whatever, but my first reaction was to not cry, was to not be shocked. I ran after the guy like I started running after him, and he ran, and I chased him for a little bit. I thought it was funny, and
wow.
I told that story first time on stage, and it got a laugh, and I was like, all right, I got something here. Now I have no idea if that was just a him thing, or if it's like, if I showed up to a Sikh country that they would just all be terrified. I don't know.
I don't know. All I know about Sikhs is like their whole life is dedicated to helping others and doing good for others, but they do have very weird superstitions, but I don't know enough about them to know. But I know enough to tell you that if you said somebody wearing a turban, nobody would feel bad. None of the people wearing the turbans would feel bad. I think we've gone a bit too politically, like people tell me like, as an Arab, it's okay if I call you an Arab, right? And I'll be like, what I mean, yeah. I don't know what you're supposed to call me, but
it's like, people do that with me, like, is it okay if I call you a dwarf? And I'm like, I have dwarfism, so like if you call me a nymph or a fairy, okay, we might have words, but like dwarf is fine. Like, you know, I don't understand. But I get it. People are trying to be sensitive nowadays. I just never want to. I just never want to say something out of ignorance and then say, "Well, that's the way I was raised." Maybe the way you were raised was incorrect. Okay, and that's fine. You should be able to adjust and learn and change and evolve. I hope I change and evolve. Like I've changed since I was 21. I'm now 36. I hope I'm a different person when I'm 45. I probably will be. So you know, we're all constantly changing. I just don't want to. And I'm also very worried about the accent, because when I first started doing that joke, I would do an accent, and then someone would come up to me and be like, "Dude, Sikhs don't talk like that. Like they don't like." I was essentially doing the Apu accent from The Simpsons. It was like, and someone came up to me and was like, "Bro, not even close." I'm like, "Oh, sorry." Like I didn't know that. So now I try to keep kind of a neutral accent.
Not close, but whoever told you that is kind of not far off either. It is somewhat related.
Oh, they're not?
No, don't worry. I'll teach you how to correctly be racist in the future. Don't worry. I'll help you. I'll help you out. I'll help you out.
That's my thing. You could be racist, just be accurate.
But be accurate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I'll be honest with you. I've done interviews on conservative radio shows who despise Arabs. By the end of the interviews, we're best friends. But when I get on there, they're not happy. And whenever they're impersonating me, they do like, "And then I told you that I will be going." And I'm like, that's Indian. That's not even.
Not even close. Different.
And
like,
at that point, I'm just like, I'm offended as a comedian that's who you're channeling. At least get your references accurate.
Yeah, it's like Indians are considered Asian. Like
they
Arabs,
Middle
Arabs
Eastern.
are considered, Middle Eastern. Yeah.
Although
so
it's
like,
kind of confusing. We're also supposedly Asian. I don't know. We don't even know who we are at this point, Brad. We're all incredibly confused. That's why we keep having war. We're just like, I'm just gonna shoot you, and then we just kind of.
I don't know.
I don't know what to do.
Line. Yeah, and it's funny to me because I'll hear people say like, people, when they make jokes about people from the Middle East, they'll say like, I don't get why they're fighting. It's all the same thing. And I kind of look at them and I go, dude, do you not remember that like Catholics and Protestants fought like for years and killed each other? They both like, that's just like, hey, we all believe Jesus is the Son of God. Great, we're all on board. Okay, we're all on board. Protestants are like, we're going to church once a week. Catholics are like, no, we go every day.
6 a.m. Yeah, fuck you.
Like, what?
No, you know people always tell me, they're like, why are you guys always fighting? Why don't you just get along? I'm like, because we have something to fight over. And they're like, your religion? I'm like, no, they're fighting over oil. You really think it has anything to do with the religion? It's just masked.
Millions of dollars. And now you guys are probably all joining forces because you're like, shit, oil is like cheaper than anything.
Dude, let me tell you, the oil. So as Lebanese, now what's happening is people are looking to Lebanon and they're like, you've lived without any natural resources your entire lives and nothing whatsoever. How do you have a good time? And we're like, oh, we party and shit. So now Saudi Arabia is opening up. They got cinemas. They're doing concerts. They're becoming like, yeah, because they need a new source of revenue. So,
well, yeah, wasn't that, and correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't that essentially how Dubai became this like intense tourist place? Is they're like, the oil's gonna run out, we need a water park.
Yeah, that's literally, they were like, this is a desert, nobody's gonna come here to vacation. Like, nobody's gonna go and be like, oh, the sand dunes and the crippling heat, that's exactly what I'm going for. So they're like, we're gonna make Vegas here, you know?
Yeah,
and they basically they built water parks and all this incredible, they used the oil to build a country. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? As opposed to using the oil to line up their pockets. So Saudi Arabia is catching up right now, but they have so much money. They're doing a pretty good job of catching up. But
here's how much money they have. Is, I'm a big wrestling fan. They drag out the WWE out there, and they pay these old-timey wrestlers that have essentially retired, but in like the Crown Prince's mind, that was his favorite wrestler growing up, so he wants to see that wrestler. So like, you have like the Undertaker fighting Goldberg, and they're like, yeah, this would have been amazing 20 years ago. This is the best match ever. But they're like geriatric wrestling. But they go because they're like, even though their knees don't work anymore, it's like, yeah, but he's paying me like $1 million.
And the greatest enemy is blood pressure on the fucking mat. It's just like, will they survive? Will they?
That part's amazing to me. Like, they did a match of like Shawn Michaels and Triple H, which are both in like their 50s, against Kane and the Undertaker, which are both in their 50s. And like, Kane is now the mayor of a town in Tennessee. That's real. He's a mayor.
Wow.
So yeah, and them fighting was just like, oh god, it was like that movie when Sylvester Stallone fought Robert De Niro, like in a boxing movie. It was like, this would have been great 30 years ago. Awesome. Now, it hurts. It hurts.
I totally get you, man. Jesus Christ.
That's how much money you. That's how much you. I said, ugh.
Yeah. No. I wish, dude. That is the kindest mistake you could make, to look at me and mistaken me for a very wealthy oil baron. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Unfortunately,
that's
no.
How much money parts of the
Saudi Arabians. Yeah, they can pull people out of retirement. That's literally how it is.
How would you? What would you pull out of your childhood if you had unlimited money? If you just said, hey, this show is back, this wrestler, this athlete, what would you do?
Two things: Ninja Turtles and Wolverine.
Ooh,
that's what.
Now, do you have the Disney Plus? Because the old X-Men cartoons are on Disney Plus.
Watching them like it's nobody's business. It's the best. That is the best fight. Like, every time the theme song comes on, I'm just like, I'm dancing in my room. And dude,
theme song too. I had this conversation, and there's no lyrics in it. It's just the music.
Yeah.
But like, I have this conversation with people all the time where like, every show we had growing up had a theme song.
Yes.
Like, the Saved by the Bell theme song.
Yes.
When I wake up in the morning, and then the Family Matters theme song. You knew as soon as you heard,
run to the couch.
We all know the lyrics. Like, shows now, other than like The Big Bang Theory, which ended, like nothing has a theme song. Like where you're just like you sing along and get excited for the show. Like it doesn't.
Dude, I used to do backflips off of my bed to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song.
Hell yes.
The show hasn't even started. We're just starting the theme song, and I'm here. My energy is hyped beyond that. That's crazy, man. I want to ask you this, because I'm not a father yet. I can't wait to be. I really can't, because I think there's nothing more beautiful than hanging out with your own kid. What do you?
Here's my advice to you.
Yeah.
Don't pull out. You could be a dad. Like, it's real easy. It's real easy.
That's all I needed to. Nobody told me.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's hard to do, easy to get there.
Well, now that you're there, what are you looking forward to? Have you thought about it's your daughter? Do you think there's any shows that you might end up watching, video games you're going to play, books you want to read? What is the Brad Williams fantasy in that respect?
All the things, man. Like, so as a wedding gift, I can even show you because it's in this room. I got a friend gave me this video game system that like has every Nintendo, every Super Nintendo, every Sega game on it. I've been playing, like, I'm discovering games like I totally forgot, and I've been playing these games, so I look forward to doing that. But I mean, there's part of me that wants to watch like these old cartoons that I used to watch, but then part of me doesn't, because I'd be heartbroken if I'm watching this thing with my daughter. She goes, "This sucks." What? You thought the Animaniacs were funny? Yes, they were hilarious. No, you don't like it? Like that would break my heart.
That would break your heart. Oh my god.
Oh, like, yeah. If I would watch the X-Men show like with her, and then she'd be like Jean Grey looks like she's naked, I'd be like, yes, it was a great part of the show.
It was essential to her character development.
Yeah, she has a flesh-colored bodysuit, which we're pretty. But this is before the days of Pornhub. For 9-year-old Brad Williams, that looked like side boob. That was the closest thing we got to side boob.
Wasn't it sad what we had as source material? It was sad, man. I had like the sexiest thing in my house that I could pull out of. That's the wrong thing to say. But the sexiest thing I had in my house was like a magazine from a mall. Like there'd be a lingerie section in it.
Yep, that was it.
That was it. But do you know what my first porn I ever saw was on a floppy disk? It was a GIF and on MS-DOS. It was just a repeating, looping thing.
Oh my god! I would love to try to explain to some 14-year-old that was what we had to jerk off to. They'd be like, "And you successfully did it?" Like, yeah, because that's all we had.
That's why we're great comics. Our imagination is so developed because we had so little to work with.
You had to. I'm looking forward to all the milestones, man.
Yeah,
I am. Like I said, she just turned over. That was really cool. Like, we were going nuts. I don't know what I'm gonna do when she starts like talking, and like if she's involved in sports, cool. If not, whatever. Like, I'll cheer her on with whatever she does. And that'll be great. Like, that's the kind of stuff I look forward to. And like, I've talked to other comedians that have kids, and they tell me like, when your kid starts recognizing what comedy is, and they start saying lines with the intention of it getting a laugh, and it gets a laugh, they're like, you will fall over with pride. Like, you'll be laughing, and you'll be so proud of your kid. You'll be like, I just want to hug everything about you. So yeah, I look forward to that kind of stuff.
Would you want her to be a stand-up comic?
No.
I thought so. Why not? Explain to people who are watching right now, which would be surprised. You're such a successful comic. They'd be like, why not? That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I mean, if she wants to, I would be like, yeah, go into it. Only because, like, yes, I'm a successful stand-up comic, depending on what your definition of success is. But at the same time, no comic just is successful. Every comic has to go through these growing pains and open mic nights and hecklers and sleazy club owners and bickering other comedians and bombing. And that's the thing. I can bomb. I'm pretty good at it when I want to be. And I'm fine with it. I can bomb and then learn something from it. I don't know how I would react watching my daughter bomb on stage. Like, I'd be wanting to rush around to every person in the audience, like, punch them and be like, you laugh at this shit. It's funny. She worked hard, you know? And I would just go nuts. So, I mean, you have to be very cool with rejection if you're a stand-up comic. It's the same reason why I think watching your kids date is so hard. I mean, let her make whatever decision she wants to make. That's fine. But like, just it like when she was born, I looked at her and I said, wow, like, I love you so much. Someone's going to hurt you one day and I'm going to have to kill them, essentially. Like, and I was speaking in the relationship form, like, someone, man, woman, whatever, is going to break your heart one day, and I'm going to want to kill them for doing that to you. So that's like, and that's sort of the same reason why I wouldn't want her to become a comedian. But if she does, okay, let's jump into it. But there's a lot of success stories. Like, I know Dana Carvey does stand up with his kids, and you know, there's like, you look at the Rock family, there's 3 comics in that family. So, like, yeah, it's possible. And I know Dice Clay, his kids did it for a little bit. But, so yeah, it'd be fun. I would just want her to do it, like, if she wants to be a comedian, I don't want her to just be like a comedian, like, I'll dabble. It's like, no.
Yeah. Whatever you do go the fucking distance.
You're in. Like, you're doing everything. You're gonna drive to open mic nights for no money and perform for 3 people, and you're gonna do all of that, because that's gonna make you a great comic. Because what I wouldn't want to happen is for her to go up on stage, her credit is, this is Brad Williams' daughter. Everyone goes, oh, she's gonna be really funny, and then she's not, and then that somehow reflects me, like, oh, you couldn't write it.
That's like I think Michael Jordan had kids who played basketball. Was it Jordan or somebody who had kids that played basketball? And it was like, you just can't escape that shadow.
Well, because I mean, it's one thing if you're like, all right, you use the basketball example. If like you're Vlade Divac's kid, okay, like there's not a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? It's like, he's a good player, not a great player. You know, like, you could be that. Then just the fact that you made the NBA is great.
Is great. Good for you. No, but for you, she'd be like, literally, and I say this, and I'm not saying I say this to everybody. Everybody, you don't need the compliment. You know this. You are. I would consider you definitely one of the Michael Jordans of our craft in terms of stand up. Dude, you have so many things that so many people who have every advantage in life. I don't want to say you're at a disadvantage, but I'm like, as a comic, you have to work harder to own the stage. You're going to have to work. People are going to not take you as seriously from the beginning. There's going to be a lot of things. You overcame all of that to be literally one of the most dominant stand-up comics on the stage, period. There's absolutely no argument about that. So she's going to have to live up, and she has dwarfism. So like, literally, it's such a comparison. It's so fucked up.
Like, because when she starts off, she would be doing the same jokes that I did when I started off, like a bunch of like the demon stories and stuff like that.
But in the future, it'll be like, the Sikh virtually appeared in front of me because we were still social distancing because America still hasn't gotten its shit together with the coronavirus.
Yeah. Remember when your hologram would make fun of you? What? That's okay. But yeah, so there would be that, and it would be tough. Yeah. I would want her to blaze her own trail in whatever she wants to do that she does. I hope she gets into something that, in my head, like when I first hear it, I go, no, I don't want my kid to do that. And then she does it, and I'm like, oh no, it's great. Like, I thought it was bad, but it's fucking great. Yeah. Like comics oftentimes make fun of YouTubers because it's fun, but now we're all jealous of them because they could still work.
You're right. No, you're right.
Yeah, but like, if she, for instance, became a YouTuber, if YouTube is still around in 15, 20 years, and I was sad about it, but then she got really good at it and very creative and really funny.
And she's making money.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Do that. One thing I want her to do is, no matter what, is I just want her to feel like I don't mind if you're in a job that doesn't pay a lot of money, as long as when you go home at the end of the day, you're happy and you're satisfied and you feel like you made a difference or you helped someone, or like if you want, like if nothing makes you happier than being in a mall kiosk and like playing with little robot dogs and hoping someone walks by and buys a robot dog from you, but you're happy doing that, fuck yeah, do it. Be the best robot dog kiosk runner ever. Like, I don't.
That's the most beautiful thing ever, man. God damn.
Just be happy. Just be satisfied with your job. As someone who has had a job that I absolutely love, the last thing I would want would be to come home at the end of the day of doing whatever, just being like, I hate doing this. I have to wake up tomorrow and do this again. Like that's the worst. That's what I don't want from her.
Yeah.
Like whatever it is, just be something where you're like, yeah. I put the Jordan logos on the bottom of the shoes, but I love doing it. Fucking great. Do that. I don't have to love it. It's not my life. It's your life. So whatever she does. So yeah, I'm excited for that to happen, to where she can start to she'll start to discover these things. You know, maybe she likes that. Maybe she likes video games. Maybe she likes my wife is a martial artist. Maybe she likes martial arts. Maybe she gets in strong into
your
that.
wife is fucking badass as shit, by the way. You have the most brutally awesome family. I think the makeup of you guys is a sitcom in like how like commercial. You could make money just off of a reality show from your family. Like you, a fucking ninja, and your wife is Asian, right?
Yeah. My wife is Chinese.
She knows martial arts. You're a fucking a comedian who's a dwarf. Your daughter and you are like two hilarious individuals. Your wife is the protector of the family with the ancient martial arts techniques. And then later on in the series, you turn out to have your own martial arts. And
we have an 80-pound pit bull. So throw that in there.
That's true, actually. Dude, you are a cartoon. You understand? Like your life is so cartoonable.
Yes, it doesn't. This isn't like the sitcoms of old where it was like white mom.
No.
Dad,
this is real.
Dad works, housewife, then the two kids. It's like, no, this is not that at all. This is completely different. So,
wow.
But it does speak to how cool diversity is, in that I have learned things about Chinese culture and Asian cultures, and more importantly, Chinese food. I thought I knew Chinese food. I knew nothing of Chinese food. I didn't know what a xiaolimbao was, and now I do, which is a soup-filled dumpling. Are you kidding me? Ooh. A dumpling filled with soup?
That sounds amazing. Jesus.
It's awesome. It's so good. Like, I thought, oh yeah, orange chicken and beef and broccoli. That's Chinese food. Wrong. No. Wrong. And wow. I'm so glad I was wrong. Pork steam buns. Oh my God, so good. So like, I'm learning all of this stuff and stuff about her culture. And like, when I tell her stories about my childhood, she's learning stuff about, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant culture, where she's like, really? White people do that? And I go, yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's just, we have these moments where, and it's happened to both of us, where we both look at each other and go, oh, that's weird you were raised that way. But then we realize it's not weird. It's just different.
Different. That's incredible.
Just different.
Yeah, I've always said diversity is where it's at.
Yeah, and it's very fascinating to understand that. Oh yeah, and it really helps you understand that when someone has an opinion that is different than yours, you have to understand something. They're not wrong, because in their head, this makes complete sense. This makes complete sense. So you just have to understand, okay, why do they have that opinion? Maybe they are unaware of certain things. Maybe I need to educate them on that. Maybe, but they were raised this way. You know what I mean? Like, it's strange. And we saw that when the world kind of opened up with information, as we all kind of look at other cultures and go, oh my God, they do that? Yeah, they do. It's normal for them. That's normal. They look at the stuff we're doing as That's fucked
The
up.
bidet, when the toilet paper shortages happened here, what I found hilarious was how Americans were reacting to bidets. I don't use a bidet, but it's very common in the Middle East, where France used to be, in Lebanon, and so there are bidets. I have a bidet in my home in Lebanon, never used it. I don't want to use it, but it's been funny to see people be like, "You do what with the what?" Like,
we got one.
How's it working for you?
Fucking great. It's delightful. The first time I stayed in a hotel. The first time I used a bidet, I was at a hotel in Guam, and they had the bidet attached to the toilet, and I'm like, what the hell is it? And then I started hitting the buttons, and I'm like, oh, this is a game changer.
It is. My best friend had one of those toilets, like you walk into the, he's in the comment section right now, Mortanius. He has a toilet where when you walk into the bathroom, it like opens for you, it self-cleans, and it has a light, like a soothing light at night, and gives you like the news and the weather and shit. Like, it was an experience. And he would be at my house, and he's like, I'm gonna come back. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I gotta go take a shit. I'm like, dude, go, like, the bathroom's right. He's like, no, I'm gonna go home. It ruined shitting for him. And then one day he's like, and he had heated floors. So his floors, dude, this guy knew how to live. He had his priorities straight, you know? So I went and used it once, and I'm telling you, I'm like, I'm never going to go to your bathroom again, because I feel like a peasant when I take a shit on a normal toilet now.
That's things that I'm going to tell, those are lessons I'm going to tell my daughter. That I'm going to tell her, like, listen, your friends are going to look at you like, oh, you got these earrings instead of these earrings? Like, you got to spend money on your earrings. No, you don't. Mm-hmm. Spend money on your bed. Spend money on your TV.
Yes.
Spend money on your bathroom.
Yes.
Like,
preach.
Preach.
Like, the 3 keys to happiness right there. Your bed, your TV, and your bathroom. Damn straight.
Oh, my God. If you have all those things, anything else doesn't matter. I don't care. Like, that's one thing I've learned with this quarantine stuff. Is I've got a lot of clothes and a lot of stuff that I like show shirts and nice and like suits and stuff like that. I haven't touched those. Yeah. Quarantine life is like I have a pile of shirts in my closet that's called fuck it shirts. These are just my shirts that I wear when I'm home. The dog sheds, get dog hair on them, baby can throw up on them. I'm fine, whatever. That's the only pile I go to now every day. I don't even look at the other stuff.
Damn straight. Damn straight, man. I'm with you. That's exactly. I dress up for the show. As soon as the show is done, as soon as it's done, I take this off and wear the t-shirt I've been wearing for a few days. It's a Nintendo. It says Nintendo 64 on it. It's my favorite t-shirt. It's perfect.
Oh, did you say Nintendo 64?
Yep.
Let me tell you, one of my purchases. Hold on.
No.
Look at this.
Dude, I didn't know you were a gamer. Do you realize we have Yo! I got mine too.
eBay is a wonderful thing, my friend.
When this show is over, I'm going to text you and ask for your address. I want to send you something that's going to blow your mind that you, your wife, and your daughter will enjoy for many, many years. But I'm not going to say what it is. But I am so happy to find out about this aspect of your life. I did not know.
Oh, I'm excited. Yeah. And right now I only have one game on the Nintendo 64. It's
Golden
NFL Blitz 98.
Oh, NFL Blitz? Okay, that's a classic.
And I got it just because I'm a huge Denver Broncos fan, and that was like the best Bronco team of all time. It had Elway, Rod Smith, Shannon Sharp, and a great defense. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's the game I want, and I play it all the time. It's fucking great. So yeah, it's all these things. Like, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine where I feel like when we were growing up, adults had this, and especially dads, had this thing of like, no, you're a dad now. You have to act like a dad. You have to drink scotch. You have to power tools, smoke cigars. You gotta like do all these dad things.
Never tell your kids you love them.
Yeah, you can't be sensitive. You can't have fun. You gotta have all this mean look on your face all the time. Like, that's a lot of the dads that we grew up with were like that. Now I feel like, and especially with the comics that we know, a lot of dads are just like, no, I'll play video games with you. That sounds awesome. Like,
yeah, man, that is awesome. That is fucking awesome. Jesus.
Yeah, because we grew up with it, so we want to have that fun, and we want to now I feel like if my daughter comes to me and goes like, Dad, I want to get like a trampoline in the backyard. I'll be like, great idea. Let's do it. Like,
Especially
you know what I mean? Like,
when I was growing up, I used to feel like my parents would make me feel like a cheeseburger from McDonald's or a trampoline was $1 million. Like we would never get those things. And now when I grew up, I was like, you can buy 10 hamburgers for like $5. What the fuck is wrong with you people? So like now I'd be like, let's go to McDonald's and destroy that place. That's
yes. You grow up and you go like, oh, and obviously depending on your financial situation, there's different,
of course,
different levels for different people and all that. But like, same thing. I grew up and I go, oh, that cost not as like you made me act like, oh, I would have to be one of those Saudi oil families to afford that. It's like, no, everyone's just kind of got that now. It's
you're so right.
One thing I'm excited for, it's kind of on the same level, is like, so I've gone to my sister has kids, and I've gone to her kids' parties or whatever, and they'll rent like the bounce house, and all the parents from the side. You're in it with house.
Fuck yeah, man! Jesus, that must be amazing.
So when my daughter goes in a bounce house, Dad's going in there too. Oh. It's gonna be great. Freaking, she goes to Chuck E. Cheese or McDonald's play place and starts running up there. I'm running up there. It's gonna be awesome,
dude. Honestly, like, let me say this for real. She's so lucky to have you. I mean, God bless you and your family, dude, because you guys are like your goals, man. Your absolute goals, man.
Thanks, man. It's crazy. Like, I was at a mall one time on the road, and they had this place. It was called like Busy Bees, and Busy Bees is just it's tubes and ball pits and things where kids run around. And I was free, and I was like, oh, I see the line, I'm below it. So I go up to go into the ball pit or whatever, and one of the employees stops me and goes, sir, do you have a child that's
because you're like a pedophile right now.
Exactly. And I went, no, I don't have a kid. I just want to go in there. And they go, yeah, we can't let you do that. And I go, I want to be mad. That's a great rule.
It is a great rule. It's an incredible rule. When you were telling that, I'm like, they would let you. So I'm glad to see that. But now you get a kid, you can go on those rides. You should go back to that mall. See if the guy still works there.
I have a daughter. She's in there. Which one's your daughter? I don't know. The other dwarf. That one. It'll be great.
Jesus Christ, this is too funny. Brad, I'm asking everybody on the show, before I let you go, I want to ask you these, just a couple of fast questions.
Sure.
The first one is, I'm going to add a question for you, because this is, because you turned out to be more interesting than most. So we'll start with the newly added question. What is your favorite video game of all time? If you had to choose one, gun to your head. I know it's difficult.
Wow. Oh, you know what? Batman Arkham City.
Really?
The new, the Batman Arkham series that came out for PlayStation and all that, like where it's like you're in like the fighting system for that game. Incredible. I'm really excited. It's not out yet, but they're making an Avengers game that's kind of like that Batman game where you could explore the whole world and like it's going to be awesome. So yeah, that might replace it. But yeah, any of the Batman.
Those were fucking great games. Okay.
Awesome.
Favorite book?
Favorite book. This is favorite book is Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not. Why?
No one sees that coming with me.
No, I did not see that coming.
Yeah. The ends justify the means. It's weird. For some people, it's a training in terms of like how not to act. Mm-hmm. For some people, it's I view it as more of a training on how to be successful. So yeah, I got a lot out of that book when I read it to the point where like my parents were kind of worried because I was like quoting The Prince and they're like, oh my God, our kid's gonna grow up to be like a tyrant.
We're raising a fucking fascist.
Yeah, so, and it's dangerous saying that because, yes, obviously to a degree, I'm not going to implement everything.
Obviously. Yeah, no. You're the nicest guy ever. No, 100%. I think it's more of a guidebook on survival than it is on world domination, like in the world we live in.
I look at it like that way, and a little bit how to conduct business. I mean, Bill Belichick says his favorite book is Sun Tzu's The Art of War. So it's like it can translate. Stuff can translate. So
100%.
That's why I always found it interesting. But but I'll give you two answers, and I know you wanted quick ones. But
no,
my other favorite book was a book that kind of not got me into comedy, but pushed me down that path. There was a book I got in like 3rd grade. It was called Garfield's Insults, Put-Downs, and Slams. And it was just like comebacks and how to make fun of kids who made fun of you. It was awesome.
What? This is real? I didn't know this book existed. That's amazing. Every kid should read that.
Yeah. So like I read that, and it's well documented that I already, like, my dad essentially taught me how to make fun of people because he knew I'd be made fun of. So he kind of trained me for it. So by the time I got to school, I was ready. But that book, my insults I got from my dad were more mean. The insults I got from Garfield's Insults, Put-Downs, and Slams, they were like funny for a 3rd grader. So that like got me like, oh, you could be really like funny with this. Perfect.
Dude.
Yeah.
That is a fucking great. I'm gonna go find that book online.
It's range, right? It's range.
It is range. What are your two favorite books? The Prince by Machiavelli and Garfield's Put Down.
I know, right? I got range, man.
Yes, you fucking do. All right. Favorite song?
Favorite song, Wanted Dead or Alive, Bon Jovi.
Yo! Great choice, man. God damn.
And especially if you listen to it once you've gotten into comedy, that song's about that life.
It is.
So, yeah. That's a good one. Also, Money Talks by AC/DC.
Oh, fuck, dude. I love your taste in music. All right. Final question.
Yeah.
When all is said and done, what would you ideally, if you had control over this, what would you like your legacy to be known as?
Ooh. I tell you what. Because I kind of got... A few years ago, I wouldn't know how to answer that question because I never thought about it. But an incident happened to me at the last Montreal Comedy Festival that made me go like, "Oh shit!" And that was there's a Canadian comedian. He's also a dwarf. His name is Spencer. He's great. And he came up to me at the Montreal Comedy Festival and he goes, "Brad Williams," and I go, "Yeah, buddy, what's up?" I didn't know he was a comic. And he goes, "Oh my God, like I'm a huge fan." He goes, "I started comedy because I saw you perform, and now this is the first year I got into the Montreal Comedy Festival."
Okay.
And I just had that moment where I was like, "Oh, fuck, like you were not going to do this, and now you saw me or whatever, and now you're going to do it." So I guess what I want and that really that got me. So I guess I want my legacy to be that not only little people, but other people that have disability that you may not think about when you think about like who you'd like to see on stage. I would like to kind of be one of those people that shows those people it's okay and you can do this. So whether it be me or Josh Blue or who has cerebral palsy, if we could show those people that it's okay to go on stage and laugh at yourself, that's the legacy. That's the legacy that I would like to have. Man,
what a fucking great answer, dude. It was such a fucking treat to have you. Thanks for being my friend so you do this podcast. I really...
Thanks for being a friendly guy to where I would do this podcast. Trust me, if you were a jerk, I would not do it. I would tell you that I'm busy, that, my daughter just shat on me, so I need to go take 9 hours to clean off. Something like that, which, she has done, but whatever. But all good. I am here because you, sir, are a good individual and a guy I like to hang out with. So all good, my friend.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much.
I'm now anxious to know what the hell this thing is that
I need you to text me your address, please. So I send it. I'm going to send it to you via. Just make sure it's coming from Amazon. Just make sure you you clean that shit up because of I don't want to give you the Rona. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I don't. That's not my intention at all.
I'll spray it down. I'll do the whole thing.
Yes, but please text me your address because I'm about to put the biggest smile on your face you'll ever have. Trust me.
Perfect. Love it, man.
I love you so much, brother. Thank you so much for joining us, man. It meant the world to me.
Thanks, Nemr. Thanks, Nemr. Love you too.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Brad Williams, ladies and gentlemen, joining us from his home. That was absolutely beautiful. Let me switch back to our main view right here. Hope you guys really enjoyed that interview. He's such a good guy. I've really gotten to know him over the years, and he's been the sweetest. One thing I got to tell you guys, because some of you might not be, I'm just switching to full screen. Sorry. Thanks, Brad. Bye, Brad. Awesome guy. Yeah, man. He really is. And the thing is, like, this industry isn't a good one. Do you know what I'm saying? The entertainment industry, and I hope this, I'm getting a lot of really good people on this show. Just when I say good people, I mean good people, like in here. And I want to make sure that you guys I'm loving the comments right now. I'm so happy you guys had such a good time. He really is a good guy. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I happen to know everybody who's been on the show right now so far has been a friend. I've had a few people who've texted me and said, why don't you get this person or that person? And I tell them quite frankly, Vlado, thanks for the subscription on Twitch. Quite frankly, I don't know these people personally. And since I don't know them personally, they don't really have an incentive to come on my podcast. This isn't the Joe Rogan podcast. Not yet. This is just our little thing together right now. And yes, it's compared to most podcasts, this is a very, very successful podcast. We're getting, I tallied the views from the first month and we got over 150,000 views on our videos in the first month, which is unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I mean, for people who don't know me or don't know me personally, they're going to be a bit worried about coming on the podcast because they might not feel as comfortable. Plus, I'm not going to be able to get as much out of these people as I could if I were to know them personally. And I know a lot more people than I'm bringing on the podcast, but the people that I'm bringing on the podcast are the good people that I know. And I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. I don't want you to take a look at this podcast and be like, man, getting into comedy, getting into entertainment seems like a lot of fun. Everybody's great. The truth is, no. This is a very dirty industry. And it's a very vile, there's a lot of sexual assault. There's a lot of drug problems. It's a nightlife industry. And it's not wholesome. But like everything in life, you are who you choose to surround yourself with. And Brad Williams, all the guests that we've had on this show so far are the good ones. They're the people that have a conscience. They're the people that are talented and gifted. And usually when you're truly talented and gifted, you don't have to be a jerk to get ahead. You don't have to backstab people to get ahead because you can rely on your talent and your gift. And for what I love about Brad Williams is that a lot of people have insecurities, and this is a guy who has a physical manifestation of other people's insecurities. People who feel small. This guy is small, but he is larger than life. And that's why I choose the guests that we bring on the podcast to really kind of reflect the potential of, I think, what you could do as a human being. So I just want to, full disclaimer, I don't want you to take a look at the guests we're bringing and hopefully you feel the same way about me and think that this is just a beautiful industry. It's a very tough industry. You saw Brad saying that if his daughter wanted to be on the show, to be a stand-up comic, then he wouldn't immediately jump on that. And that's truth, man. That's truth. Anyway, so that was an amazing, amazing interview. I'm looking at your comments right now. Dang, so no Louis C.K. on this show. No Louis C.K. No Louis C.K., man. Not that he would do it. He doesn't know me, and I don't know him whatsoever. I think the most disappointing thing about Louis C.K. is how he handled the entire situation. That's all I'll say on that. I don't believe that it's my place to criticize, nor should I criticize other comics. In the Lebanese Revolution, I have a voice in it. And I disagree with some of the other voices. I just, enough people try to tear us down without us having to do that to one another. So when it comes to comedians, I just don't believe in tearing each other down. If you have nothing good to say, I say nothing at all, unless it's hurting somebody at the moment. So for the time being, it's not going to, it is what it is. I'm just looking at your comments right now. I hope one day you'll get Bill Burr. He's an honest person. He is. Bill Burr's a really dope dude. I really would like to bring Dana Carvey on the show. That's one guest that I don't know personally, but he was the biggest influence on my life. I think I would be nervous in that interview because He's the one who, you saw how Brad Williams said, that guy came up to him, Spencer, and said, I saw you doing stand-up. That's why I do stand-up. That's what happened with Dana Carvey. So I could probably have that happen. It's just I want to really do that. Thank you so much, Nat Zlotnick. Thanks, everybody, here in the comment section. We got great guests coming this week as well. On Thursday, another incredible comic, Jason Collings. On Saturday, Rudy Ayub, the new brand of comic, YouTube comic, who does incredible content that I could never even make like he does. He's so funny. So those are all coming. Now, you know what time it is in the show. It's time to open up the phone lines and take your phone calls. Too bad George Carlin isn't still alive. I mean, ain't that the truth? George Carlin, Jesus, what a titan, what an influence on stand-up comedy. So I'm going to Ask Reddit right now. As you guys know, at this point in the show, we choose a question and we find the answer. So I'm taking a look at Ask Reddit right now to find a really cool question. This one's good. Let's see here. Your username. Oh, wow. I'm looking at your usernames to see if this would actually be a good question. I know one person who has the best answer. I'm not going to ask this question, but Keanu Reeves would have the best answer. Your username will come to kill you in exactly 120 hours. How will you prepare? And let me tell you, I'd prepare by getting an eraser to fight those pencils. You know what I'm saying? If I was Keanu Reeves. Let's take a look here. I'm looking right here at a great question for you guys. Oh, this is a good one. I don't think we can ask that. It might get political. Okay. You know what? I'm going to ask a question that one of the viewers actually sent me on WhatsApp, and I wanted to shout out his name. I took a screenshot of this. I've never done this before, so let's do it now. It's a simple question, but I think we could get some really good answers out of it. I just want to make sure I give him recognition for sending it to me. Let me take a look here, if I can find his screenshot. God, I can't find his screenshot. I take a lot of screenshots of the stuff you guys send, and I should have been prepared for this, but I didn't. But basically, I'll shout him out in the next episode. But he was saying that ask people what they would do if they were given $1 million. And for the Lebanese people, that's US dollars, not $1 million in Lebanese pounds. Because if it was $1 million in Lebanese pounds, you'd do jack shit with it, because you can't do nothing with it, because nobody wants that stuff. So if you got $1 million in cash, what would you do with that money? Now, let's be honest, $1 million isn't a lot of money. So let's go ahead and up it. Let's take it to the next level. You just got $100 million in cash. What do you do with it? The number's right there. Give me a call. We're taking the calls right now. $100 million. That's enough money to make a difference. As Chris D'Elia would say, that's enough money to make a dent. Give me a call. The number's on the screen. What would you do if you guys got $1 million? Are you guys calling for the first time? I'm seeing no calls on the thing. Oh, no, you're calling. We got Yasmina Shami from Toronto. And by the way, congratulations to Yasmina on just finishing her master's degree. She just finished her thesis. Yasmina, how's it going?
Hello?
Hi, Yasmina. Hello, Yasmina. Hello, hello.
What?
Yasmina, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, are you okay?
Hello?
Yes, Yasmina, can you hear us? Yasmina.
Hello?
Hi, Yasmina, can you hear me?
Yes, hi, Nemr.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing great. Are you listening through the phone or through the stream?
I'm calling you right now through my phone. I was listening on YouTube.
Oh, no. Listen on the phone. That's where you want to be, 100%. I thought that's where the delay was coming from. Yasmina, I was just saying congratulations on graduating, or you haven't graduated yet, but on finishing what you need to for your master's. So you're a master now, am I correct?
Yes, yes. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. What are you a master of?
I'm currently in with a specialization in interior design.
Okay, we got the interior design part. Congratulations to you. Yasmina, you just got $100 million now that you're a master's student. They gave you $100 million. What are you going to do with that money?
Okay, well, firstly, I would travel the world because, being trapped studying, like degree after degree,
Okay.
I would just want to escape for a little while.
Okay.
So I would love to travel the world. I would also give some of the money, of course, to my parents because they've been so supportive my whole life and provided me with a lot of amazing opportunities. And then I would also probably donate part of it as well to like a charity somewhere in Lebanon, maybe a refugee camp or something.
That is a very thoughtful. You still got money left over though. That's $100 million.
I mean, traveling the world, like, wouldn't that cost a lot? Just going around.
The world isn't that big for $100 million. Yeah, you could do it for $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, but $100 million? What are you going to fucking travel? What do you consider the world to be here, Mars, and Jupiter? Jesus Christ, woman.
That's a good point.
Spina's like, I'm going to travel the world, so that's about $98 million, and then I'll give $1 million to my parents and $1 million to a refugee camp. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know what I don't know. Do you plan to do incredible amounts of cocaine on your trips around the world? What's taking all this money?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I don't like what $100 million. Okay, well, I guess at that point, my sister's here coughing next to me. I guess I would give her $1 million.
I mean, your sister's in the room. Put your sister on the phone for a second. Let's ask her.
Bro. Okay, 1 second. Here, Dahlia, speak.
Hi, Yasmina's sister. How does it feel to know that your sister doesn't love you? Now, like at this moment, you just found out that she's gonna travel the world, give your parents money, a refugee camp money, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, my sister, I'll give her $20."
Yeah, literally. She clearly doesn't love me. I do the world for her, but apparently she won't even give me any money. Still thinks $100 million is for the whole world. Like, what are you gonna do? Buy shops, towers, like buy properties, like what?
Yeah, properties. That's
Over $100 million?
No, give her $1 million. Give her something. She's your sister.
I said I was gonna give you after.
You said after she had an asthma attack on the phone, she was coughing and wheezing, and you're like, oh, sorry, I forgot the person that's 3 feet to my right.
Nemr, she was actually to my left.
Okay, then that makes it fine. Now I see why you would forget her. Are you guys quarantined together?
Yeah.
Has it brought you closer, or do you want to murder one another? What's the conclusion?
Not murder.
No, I'd say it definitely brought us closer, but we have our little arguments.
Sure. And when you say it brought you closer, is it close enough to give her money from your $100 million?
I would give her money from my $100 million.
Only because you're on the phone now.
No. I have $100 million.
No, you and she's like, fuck you.
Oh my God, you guys are too funny. Thanks so much for calling, Yasmina. Congratulations on your masters. Oh, we lost her at the right moment. Sister of Okay, yeah, we lost her. Sister of Yasmina. You know the truth now. Now the question is, if you get $100 million one day or a large sum of money, are you going to share any of it with your sister, knowing she wasn't going to give you any money? These are the questions that you're going to have to face as a family. Give me a call right there. The numbers are right there. If you got $100 million, what would you do with the money? I don't know if I messed something up, which is why none of these were coming through earlier. But give me a call. Numbers right there. What's going on with the phone? I'm getting all these missed calls, but none of the calls. Let me restart the app because I can't see. No calls are popping out. It's just giving me missed call. What? No, I don't want to back up. Never. Done. Oh, is that why it's not? Jesus Christ. Everybody, happy birthday. It's Kathy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kathy. Happy birthday to you. Wow, it disconnected. It was such a long song. We lost Kathy. Kathy, we lost you. It's reconnecting, Kathy. Kathy, come on, you can do it. We believe in you, goddammit. We were going to sing happy birthday in Arabic for you, too. And then French, just so I could be obnoxious. We lost Kathy, everybody. I don't know if she got a phone call, because that'll happen sometimes. Well, happy birthday, Kathy. I'm glad that I was able to sing happy birthday to you with zero feedback from zero input from your end. Carla Nucka calling to wish Kathy a happy birthday. Am I right, Carla? What is going on? Why is nobody being able to connect here? Am I connected to the internet? I'm connected to the internet. To the 5G. To the internet of all internets. I mean, it's definitely not my internet. You guys, I mean, for real. I am in the land of powerful internet. Carla calling back. Hello, Carla. Carla, can you hear me?
Hi, hello.
Hi, Carla. How are you?
والله أنا منيحة. حبيت سؤال اليوم.
Thank you, Carla. Carla, you got to talk in English for the people who don't understand
Hello.
Arabic. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, it's good now.
All right, perfect. Carla, what are you going to do with $100 million? Let's hear it.
You know what my sister told me when she heard the question?
What did she say?
And if I have $1 million, $100 million, I would commit suicide.
Is your why would she can do that now for free? She doesn't have to wait to get $100 million. Why would she commit suicide?
Because we never dream of this in Lebanon, you know?
So now you have it. Why would you commit suicide? Take the money and do something with
it. You know what is the first thing that I do?
What's that?
I would build a 3G tower in Lebanon because I actually almost broke my phone trying to reach you.
I mean, you got $100 million. Build that 5G tower. That way people think you're giving them cancer because they're so stupid and they think that shit is actually real. At least then you'll be hated. Yeah. You'll be the hated patron. So your answer is you would build that's actually a really funny answer. You'd build you'll build a cell tower so you could have better internet.
Of course. I'm watching you on 3G and every 5 minutes the internet it's lagging. So I think that's the thing I would do.
Well, that's a good answer. And it will be the greatest 3G tower because for $100 million that shit's going to be. Yeah. What's that?
Nemr, my sister wants to talk to you. My sister is telling me, give me the phone. I want to talk to him.
Let's hear it. Carla's sister, $100 million. What are you going to do with them?
All right. So what I would do is I would, got it. It's too much. I don't even know where to start. Okay, let's start with investments.
Ooh.
I'd get some properties here and there.
Ooh. Okay.
And I'd make sure I'm set up.
Okay.
And then I'd give some away to my family. And then I really want to help kids. I really want to help kids who want to go to university but also have to work. So I'd help them maybe have they'd not have to work. Maybe they'd have to go to uni. Make it easier for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
just let me clarify.
Like our previous caller, the sister turned out to be the better human being. Carla was like, I'll just build a 3G tower so I can go on the internet. And you're like, I'm going to help the world. I'm going to take care of my parents and my family. I'm going to do this. But Carla was like, I just want internet because I want memes and stuff. So this is good to know. It's good to know that you're the better representative of the family.
Well, you should let her know that.
It seems that when there's a situation with sisters, the sisters are the better half of the equation. So that's good to see. That's very good to see. Carla and
Yeah, the younger ones usually have better logic.
this is what it seems. Carla and Sister of Carla, thank you very much for calling us. I like how I call her Sister of Carla. What's your name,
Thank
by the way,
you.
so I don't call you Sister of Carla?
Clara.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Clara and Carla. Yeah, because your parents like tongue twisters.
Yeah.
You guys have a great day. Thanks for calling.
You too.
Bye-bye. Okay, let me take a look here. I'm going to try to do something. No, somebody has already... I'm trying to get in. I want to see if I can get Kathy on the phone because it's her birthday. Let me see if I can orchestrate that. See if we can call her back. It's going to be tough to get her on. Somebody else is calling. I can't get through. Hello?
Holy shit, Nemr.
Yes,
Sorry.
holy shit, Nimmer is indeed the reaction.
Oh my god. Oh, for everything.
I'm great. Yeah.
God bless you.
Dude, God
Holy
bless.
shit.
God bless you.
I'm on this podcast.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I'm just like, yalla, I'm calling. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get in it. Like, oh, let's just try it. And then I hear your voice. I'm like, holy smokes.
Yeah, no, dude, you're with it. You're calling for the first time. I don't know your name. What's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan, dude. Good to have you on the podcast, man.
Ryan.
Ryan, where are you calling
Thank
us?
you, man.
Where are
Thank
you
you.
calling us from?
I'm calling you from Dublin, Ireland.
Dublin, Ireland. No, that's not the right accent. Is it
Yeah.
Dublin, Ireland? You're
Dublin-
calling us from Ireland?
Man, I don't know. Dublin, Ireland.
Dublin,
No,
Ireland.
that's bad.
Would you like some
I'm
potatoes?
sorry for any Irish.
Would you like some potatoes? They don't say potatoes, but I just like saying. Brother, you got $100 million. What are you gonna do with them?
Yeah. The money. So
Wait,
50 million into the bank.
Okay, you put how much in a bank?
50 million, half of it. You always got to save half your money
Half your money. So 50 million in the bank. Okay.
in the bank. Then 10 million family and friends. Spoil my friends as Carla before. Set up your parents. Get my mom her dream car. Get my uncle his dream car. Get all my friends their dream cars. Then talking about charities and stuff like that. To be honest, I don't really trust that much charities. I would want to help up Lebanon. And I believe in you. So I would give you $10 billion to help our
Fuck
country.
yeah, dude. Let me put you as my favorite contact right here on the phone. 1 second. I'm gonna keep tabs on you in the future. If in the future you become like some corporate magnate with like with a fortune, I'm gonna reach out to you. Yeah, I'm saying if in the future you become like some corporate overlord with hundreds of millions of dollars, I'm gonna reach out to you and I'll be like, yo, you remember when you called me on the podcast?
No, don't. Never. You won't have to reach out to me. I'll reach out to you. Don't worry.
My man. I hope
got
everybody
you.
who's watching the
I got you,
podcast
dude.
right now is learning that I can be bought. I'm a very cheap. I'm joking. Dude, that was a great answer, man. Thanks a lot.
10 million is cheap. Wait. There's 20 million left. There's 30 million left.
Oh, okay. Tell us. What are you going to do with that?
Buy one of those Elon Musk trips to space, to the moon.
I would do that too.
And then the rest, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I would do that
I'll probably
too.
give the rest to you. More than I'll give you more money.
Like, bring the money over. Don't give it to me. We'll hang out together. We'll spend it together.
So that's my thing, bro.
My man.
And again, thank you, man. Honestly,
Thank you, dude.
Honestly, just thank you.
Habiba
Thank you for
Ashu,
everything.
make sure you send me your name and all your details on the phone so I add you to the contacts, all right?
Yalla, I will. No problem, man.
Peace out to everybody in Ireland. Bye-bye.
I'm probably the only Lebanese here, man. There's no Lebanese in this country.
There's a shit ton of Lebanese in Ireland.
Is there?
Yeah,
All
man.
right, okay, wait. So if anyone's listening to you, oh, this is gonna be bad. Is it? Okay. No,
If
never mind,
anybody
never
is
mind,
if anybody who's listening to me is Lebanese and in Ireland, please WhatsApp this number with your details so I hook you up with this guy who's giving away hundreds of millions of dollars. So it's in your interest to be friends with
holy
him.
shit, that'd be awesome, man. That'd be cool. Because during the whole Fauda thing, there's like every country was having like the gatherings,
Yeah.
and I was like, I don't know anyone here, and there's no way to find it. So
Nah, dude. If you're looking for some Lebanese friendship, bro, hit me up on the WhatsApp. I'll get the word out. I'll get you some contacts.
cool.
All right.
Thank you, bro.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
brother. You take care of yourself, all right?
It's okay, man. Take care, man.
Bye-bye. That was sweet. That was really sweet. I'm trying to call Kathy. I can't do it. There's too many calls. Boom! Voice call. I'm calling Kathy. I'm calling Kathy. Come on, Kathy. You can do this, Kathy. I believe in you.
Hello?
Kathy, how's it going? Happy birthday, Kathy.
Well, thank you very much. It's like playing phone tag.
It is like playing phone tag. I'm so sorry. We lost you earlier. We put reconnecting. I was crushed. We wanted to sing happy birthday. So I need to continue singing happy birthday to you in different languages. May I proceed?
Oh, go ahead.
Now in Arabic. Sana helwa ya gamil. Sana helwa ya gamil. Sana helwa ya Kathy. What's Kathy in Arabic? Shit, what's Kathy?
Well, it's short for Catherine.
Catherine.
So name Catherine.
Catherine. Okay, so your name in Arabic would be Sana helwa ya Ja'far. So Catherine is Ja'far. No, I'm kidding. It's not Ja'far. So, and now in French, joyeux anniversaire, joyeux anniversaire, joyeux anniversaire, Catherine Deneuve, joyeux anniversaire. Happy birthday, Kathy. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
In Arabic, we would tell you Al-Umr Kullu, which means may you have nothing but happiness for the rest of your days, and may they be very many days that last until the end of time, and may you conquer your enemies and crush them beneath your feet like the scum that they are, and may you disrespect their families' livelihoods by making sure you own every aspect of their business. That's all.
Those infidels.
That's all said with one word, Al-Umr Kullu. That's what Al-Umr Kullu means.
There you go. Well, it's amazing. I sometimes use Periscope.
Okay.
And I have a large Arab following on Periscope.
Really?
And oh my God, a lot of them call me Auntie Abu Dhabi. I'm popular. And Dubai. And there's one young man, his name is Abdullah.
Okay.
And his moniker there is called Male Stripper. So I said to him, do you know how haram that is?
Good on you, Kathy. Good on you, Kathy. Keeping our people halal. Kathy's out there making sure everybody's halal in a world of haram.
There you go.
That's what I'm going to call you now. You're Kathy, the halal maker in a world of haram. In a world where there was nothing but haram, Kathy came to change the world. This summer, Kathy, halal maker. Din, 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 din. It's going to be amazing. Kathy, you are the halal maker. You have just been given $100 million. What do you do with that money?
I would simply just donate it. There are other people who would need, just like I was telling you last night.
Yeah, you've been making donations with what you can.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take it with you, as the Egyptians found out with sarcophaguses. So since we can't take it with us, and I always believe money gets fought over by relatives. Mm-hmm. So with my family, I just want them to have enough so that they can't fight. Equal amount each. The rest would go to probably some charities. And, that way, boom, it's done.
It's done.
I probably would give it mostly away.
That's incredible. And of course, 20 or 30 million to me. So, this is...
Well, there you go. Maybe a little more because you're keeping yourself halal as a good Christian would.
I'm a very halal person. I'm very halal. I'm as halal as they get. I mean, you eat... You if I die and they take my arms and they give it away and stuff and people start eating my body and stuff, they'll be like, this is some legitimate halal stuff right here. They're gonna
there you go. Even though you're not half Lebanese and half Irish like a friend of mine is.
No, I am pure Lebanese, but I was able to overcome that handicap by through values.
Without having to change your name to Danny Thomas either.
Yeah, you know who Danny Thomas is, huh?
Yes. Hello, I'm 56.
You know what's funny is a lot of people in the comment section probably don't know who Danny Thomas is, nor do they know that he started the St. Jude's Cancer Center, nor do they know that he was a stand-up comedian. And I always love telling people that information, that there was a Lebanese guy who was a stand-up comic who used to do collect money in the name of St. Jude for children who had cancer, which ended up making the St. Jude's Cancer Center. And I don't think you could have a more incredible legacy.
But ironically, they've heard of Marlo Thomas. But then when you tell them that Danny Thomas was Lebanese, and they're like, Thomas is a Lebanese name? Yeah. No, obviously back in the 50s and all, he had to change it.
Yeah, to
be mainstream.
I believe his name, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe his last name was Darmi, which became Thomas, I believe.
Yeah.
So
that's how they came up with that.
Yeah, so it was like Danny, he got to the border and they're like, "What's your last name?" And he's like, "It's Tommy." They're like, "Thomas, you're gonna be Thomas from now."
Well, everyone's name got changed when they came over from another country at Ellis Island, pretty much.
100%. We have somebody here called somebody in the chat, Diane Gregarian Musa, said my mother helped him with St. Jude. That's incredible. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. So that's what I'm saying. I would rather help other people.
Yeah.
With that kind of money. And I wouldn't need to do a tax write-off. It's totally out of the heart.
Oh, yeah. That always makes me feel, whenever I go to like the Salvation Army and give them a bunch of stuff, they'll be like, "Do you want us to, you can get a tax write-off?" I'm like, no, it's not for the tax.
Yeah.
Like, just take it and I'm going to head out. Because then they have to
close for Goodwill when I lose weight, which is rare, but and I donate stuff. It's not a big deal.
Nah.
Again, it's just more stuff people fight over. I've watched even in my own family.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I want to continue that cycle?
You're right.
I wouldn't.
I mean, hey, God bless you. That's a beautiful answer. What a beautiful answer for a very beautiful soul. Happy birthday, Kathy. Really, from my heart.
Thank you
from all of us here. You have a great day, all right?
You too.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
By the way, it's my sister's birthday tomorrow, so it looks like all great women. And I'm reading in the comment, I think Russia's birthday is somewhere around now, because some people were saying happy birthday Russia and somebody else. So it looks like everybody. And Mortanius's birthday is up in a few days as well. So my sister's tomorrow, Maria, on May 13. I'm going to be spending the day with her. I'm very excited. My best friend George Mortanius is on May 16, which I'm not sure what day that is. Is that a day of the podcast? I hope so. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it's on Saturday, so we should bring Mortanius onto the stream. Mortanius, you're going to have to shower. I'm just letting you know. Today's my mama's birthday, says Mutation. Happy birthday to your mama. Mama, happy birthday. This new Facebook platform sucks. There's a new Facebook platform? Really? Did they change again? Jesus, I hate when they do that so much. Let's take a look here. I'm curious to see if Facebook has changed their shit. Again, tell Maria happy birthday for me tomorrow. I will, Nad Zlotnik. 100%. It looks the same to me. The Facebook on my end looks the same. I'm looking at it right now. I look pretty good on Facebook. What's up? How's it go? Oh, it actually puts the comment on the thing? Oh, there's captions? Wow, there are Wait a sec. Do you guys see captions on Facebook? I never knew that. Let me turn on screen sharing. Do you see this? Tell Maria happy birthday for me tomorrow. I didn't know they had captions that are automatically generated. Go. You know what? Go Facebook. Let me now. Full screen. I look pretty good on Facebook. What's up? How's it go? Oh, it actually puts the comment. It's not looping. Oh, there's captions? Wow, there are Wait. Okay, it's not looping. So here, click to hide comments and reactions. And there are the captions. There, you see that? Isn't that crazy? Facebook. Let me now. So when I turn the volume, captions are auto-generated once you have the volume muted. Go Facebook. That's really dope. That's really, really dope. There's a new emoji called care. That's cool. Well, anyways, guys, that's all the time we have for the show today. Thank you all for tuning in. Oh, it did that weird thing where it looks like everything's dying with the colors. Let me turn off screen sharing. So in conclusion today, I think we had a really good time. There we go. I think we had a really good time, man. Happy birthday to everybody whose birthday it is today. I wish you all the best. Don't forget that you can now download the music for the Very Funny Podcast by going to soundcloud.com/Nemr Comedy. We got to jam out to a song before I send you guys off. Don't forget to send your details to the phone number so that I can add you guys on the thing. Mutation. Would it be the Very Funny Podcast if I didn't have music for you guys to tell you goodbye? And I came out and I was like, guys, we're going to play some music and then we're going to, tell you to take care and always wear underwear. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be the Very Funny Podcast. Let's see. What song should we play for you guys? So I'm choosing from the songs that are available on the SoundCloud, okay? Thank you so much, Habs Executor. So we got, of course, the theme song. We got the Warble. We got... The Don't Stop song. This would be interesting. I've never jammed out to this. I made this song with Mikey. Ooh. Dude, I fucking nailed that note. But is it me or is the music a bit too loud? Like I can barely hear the guitar. I'm playing this off of the SoundCloud website. It's banging in my ear. I'm gonna have to pump up the volume on the guitar. Oh shit, it auto plays the next song? Jesus Christ. It scared the living hell out of me. Alright, here we go. Ooh. Oh. Wait. Okay, hold on. Okay, we found the scale. Now we can jam out to this thing. All right, guys, here we go. Sorry about that. It's gonna go to the next song now. Holy shit. This one is such a banger. There's no way. This shit is way too heavy. Jesus Christ. I need to put this. That needed distortion is what that needed. That's what I'm fucking talking about right there. That is what I'm talking about. That's what it needed. It needed a bit of that shit. Let's bring in some treble into this thing right here. Oh boy. I think we can end this song now. I think we can do this. I have to find it. Where's that record? Here we go. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of the show. Wait, it auto-played Ray Shremmerd after this? That was what it went to? You guys take care of yourselves, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want you to always take care and always wear underwear. Don't forget, soundcloud.com/Nemr Comedy is where you guys want to head to get those delicious, delicious tunes for free if you want to have them yourself. But in the meantime, make sure that you guys take care and always wear underwear. Very important. It's a very important life lesson to do the two of those things. If you skimp on either one, it's going to be bad. Make sure you take care and always wear underwear. Let's make a tune out of this shit. Hold on. There we go. Or we could do it up here. That's it, baby. That's it right here. Are you guys ready? Because we're about to tell you how to take care and always wear underwear. The very funny podcast style. You know what I'm saying? Let's find the right tone. Ooh. I have some underwear for you. And I want you to wear the underwear. Wear it nice. Take care. Underwear, and it will protect you forever. This is one of those songs that you need to whisper. Do you know what I'm saying? This is one of the things where you just whisper on the thing. Underwear. So take care of your underwear, and it will take care of you. I wish you all the best. I hope for nothing but happiness for all of you.